What up, people? It's Mr. Motherfucking R here today, of course, to give you guys Kuroko No Basket 2 Episode 6 motherfucking review. And this week's episode, I want to say Kuroko was a shit, but no. He was pretty cool, and he does have a nice technique, but the first delivery of it was not the best. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. It was like basically he jukes Midorima. No. Let me just break it down. Okay, Kuroko starts off like a reiteration of last week's episode, like episode 5. Yeah, just showing everything that basically happened, and then Kuroko's yeah, it's go time. Goes in there. They start taking it nice and slow. They want to use Kuroko, but at the right moment. They don't want to use him too soon because he's gonna be their trump card. And then it just proceeds on for a little bit. Then eventually Kuroko's like, yeah, it's go time. He passes it. Everybody's watching, like, and he just catches the ball. And that surprised everybody. He caught it. And so now Midorima's wondering what the fuck he's gonna do next. Bouncing the balls, and then he just zooms past his ass. And Midorima, oh, and I'm just like, no, it wasn't that good. And then he's behind him, and then he just keeps on dribbling. Then this other dude comes, and he just fucking quick pass. Then fucking yeah, but there's a problem. It was the first time he used it in the game, and it should have been like epic. It should have been one of those things where the whole crowd's like, it's the first time he's using it, and so now the first time it wasn't like a crazy crowd thing. It didn't get that much hype on it, and so every time he uses it after that, it's just like okay, I mean. It's usually supposed to start up really high point, like the crowd's fucking foaming at the mouth over the shit, like they're fucking going crazy. They don't know what to do. They just saw something amazing and epic. With the Kuroko, was like, no, fuck that. Like, he just juked this motherfucker. Just yeah, didn't see shit. Now he's behind him. No, no. I mean, no. It just wasn't that cool. It really wasn't. It should have been much more. It should have been a much more impactful scene. Like the crowd goes wild and they're like, "Oh my God, who is that kid?" But no, instead, he just did it, and it was like only Kisei and fucking Momo up there with fucking like, he perfected it, and what was that? But no, it wasn't the shit. It wasn't. It was just it was just an okay to good. It was like okay, but no, it could have been so much better. It really could have. And then the second one, they added this effect to it, which was like fucking wind, and he was like fucking in a cyclone and shit. And I was just like, it looked a lot cooler, the second one, and he did juke that motherfucker. Like, so it was kind of cool, but no. The first one was supposed to make that impact, and then after that, it was supposed to calmly subside down like a mountaintop. But instead, they decided to start off at a medium point, and then they try and bring it up, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. We already saw it. There's no more surprise into it. Now, all you did was fucking add some wind effect. Like, no, it just wasn't good. I was disappointed a little bit. I really was. I mean, it could have been so much better. In the third one, they added the wind effect too, but it was like a little bit less, and it was just like, okay, I've seen it before, I've seen it again. They used this shit 3 times, and all times, it just didn't leave that impactful moment. It needed to leave an impactful moment like, yeah, Kuroko, he's ready. He's a fucking 6th member of the Generation Miracles. It's his time to fucking shine. No, I don't see it. I don't. If he becomes anyone popular, like even a little bit popular from this match, I would be in utter disbelief for that. Because not one motherfucker in the crowd even recognizes nigga doing shit. Like, and I mean, when he holds the ball, he's completely seeable. He can't use misdirection at all. And so the fact that he does it, people should be like, oh my God, he was just there, and then he just fucking fucking teleported. Fucking Goku just fucking instant transmission, just fucking right there. They should be like, what was that? Asking questions. No, it isn't like that at all. It's just, it was just so. It was just so. It was just okay, and I'm just like, they kind of fucked it up. Like, I mean, and besides that, with Kuroko in there, they did manage to get 8 points, and they tied the game in the third quarter, fourth quarter, up to like 103, and it ended like fucking cliche shit. No, cliche. Like at first I was like, okay, I'm digging this, but no, it's like, no, this is cliche as shit. 103 to 104, foul, two shots, cliche is a motherfucker. No, we've all seen that shit before. That is the most overused fucking scene in movies, TV shows, all that shit with basketball. We've all seen it before. Oh my god. It ain't even the first one I seen with those numbers. 103 to 104. With like two shots. Of course, he nails the first one. The second one, it bounces off Kagami. Yeah. They try to stop him. No, fuck that shit. Two niggas down. They win the game. And, that was basically it. Like, they had a tough battle it out. They had to battle it out throughout the game. And they couldn't really stop Kuroko at all. But at the same time, I don't know. They just didn't introduce his Vanishing Drive, his perfected move, in an epic way. It's like, it wasn't really highlighted as a big moment. It was just like, yeah, it's there. Like, yeah, we've all seen it before. Like, it seemed like, you know exactly what I mean. When motherfucking Kagami, first fucking episode, fucking dunk, and you're just like, it was epic as shit. And it started off crazy hype. It was way the fuck up here. And then it slowly starts to go down, and then there's something he adds to it. Like, he gets fucking taller and shit, and then it goes back right the fuck up. Immediate bring up. This, it was like, no, fuck it. Middle. No, fuck that. Just falls. So it was kind of disappointing, Kuroko. And he's my main, he's like my favorite character, so I was like pissed off. I was like, they did him bad. They kind of did. It was still good though. It was still good, but it could have been so much better because it didn't seem like an impactful moment that was somewhat hinted at. And they won the game, and Kiza was like, yeah, he's gonna be known now. They didn't make him seem known at all throughout the fucking episode. No one in the crowd even noticed him. Either way, I'll give this episode right here. Even though it was cliche as shit, they didn't deliver Kuroko's. They didn't deliver it in a crazy epic way. They delivered it like okay or so way. Like, I'm like, okay, fuck, it's okay, it's good. It was a little good, but still no, it was sorry compared to what they could have did. And so I got this episode over here. You know what, fuck it. It should have been epic as shit. It was kind of epic when they added the wind the first time. Like, it was, but then when the wind was like a little bit lower, the blue tint came in like, yeah, just fucking ghosting and shit. I'm just like, it should have been too much. It just should have been over the top, crazy, like fucking. It should have been over the top, crazy animation, and it really didn't. It really wasn't. It was just like, just a little bit, and so I was disappointed. And so, you know what? I'm gonna give this episode right here. Fuck it. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Possibly 9 out of 10, depending on how you see it. 8 out of 10 good with okay moments, depending on how you see how they did Kuroko's fucking moment. They hyped it up to be like this whole thing where it's like, oh my god, it's about to get noticed now. The Phantom 6 Man is a real competitor now. He's a real challenge. He's gonna make himself known. And he wasn't really making himself known at all. The crowd didn't even like, oh my god, what was that? Just no silence at all. I'm like, he didn't do outstanding shit. He didn't shock the crowd at all. And if he did, then we didn't see it. And so that's even worse. It was like off camera if he did at all shock him. So that's bullshit. Or just a solid good episode depending on if you liked it. Me, I personally could say if the first one wasn't the one they led with and it was the second one, it would have been much better. And then they like lowered it down to like the first one, and then at the end did the third one. That would have been a little bit better. You know, but no, they did like minimum animation with the first one, and then the second one they like hyped it up, and then the third one they're like, ah, fuck it, we'll just do a middle ground. I'm like, bullshit. It should have been much better. It should have. But either way, Smithers to my fucking R. I got me personally. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Fuck it, good with okay moments. So with that being said, Smithers to my fucking R. Peace the fuck out.